Grimgar sucks.
So I was making myself some breakfast when I came up with the idea to make a video about Grimgar of Fantasy and Ash, which is a show that rides the coattails of Sword Art Online, while somehow having less fighting, less characterization, less plot, and just less everything really. People really like this show. I don't know why I have to make a video about it. The show begins with a flash forward, so let's just ignore all of this. We get introduced to our main characters, who wake up in a dark tower with absolutely no memories at all. Because they have amnesia. All of them. So, right from the get-go, the entire story is fucked. The first half of the first episode is all you need to see before you know the show is going to be terrible. Let's talk a little about amnesia in fiction. Amnesia is typically used as a plot device, motivating characters to recover their memories and revisit places they've already been to. Remembering the past becomes the main objective and the focus of the story. Alternatively, amnesia can be used for exposition, making one character ask simple questions about a very complicated and confusing setting. Grimgar is clearly not shooting for the second option, since all of the main characters have amnesia and thus can't answer each other's questions. So everybody must be focused on remembering who they once were, right? Well, let's talk about how boring that is before moving on to the fact that they basically forget that they have amnesia. Amnesia has become a cliche for a number of reasons. For one, the characters with amnesia are generally aimless, as they don't remember their own backstory, their own dreams, their friends, their hobbies, or anything that would actually advance the plot. Not only that, the character development becomes too jarring. Oh, Tyler, I remember now. I used to love horses. I've loved them since I was a child. Isn't this such a natural and relatable way for the audience to learn about my character? Another reason amnesia is stupid is because it's used as justification for ridiculous ass-pulls. A character with amnesia has no motives until suddenly they remember something. They have no friends until one of them magically shows up. They also don't have enemies, except, oh, look over there, it's a guy that wants to kill you for some reason. There are more reasons why memory loss is stuck in writer's purgatory, along with "it was all a dream" and "we're not so different, you and I," and "this magical sword turns you into a hero." But let's focus on why amnesia is bad in Grimgar specifically. Because really, the amnesia doesn't matter in Grimgar. Nobody cares that they don't remember their lives. None of them are scared that they don't know how to return home, whether or not they even have a home, or how their forgotten friends and family are doing. The main character just sorta becomes friends with the other main characters off screen. The plot boils down to we need to earn money to buy food. They don't have dreams or ambitions or fears other than starving to death. That's not fun. That's not interesting. They're blank mannequins with barely any personality. Or maybe they're marionettes. At least marionettes have strings I can hang myself with. Now, I have something to confess. Before this show even began airing, I read a synopsis that read, Grimgar is about some teenagers that inexplicably find themselves trapped in a video game. Alright, I guess I'll check it out. Imagine my surprise when this incredibly important plot point is never mentioned or brought up in the show. Yep, the reason they have amnesia is because the writer didn't want the characters to have knowledge of the modern world. I mean, I'm sure there's a lore reason why everyone forgot about everything, but the actual purpose of writing these stupid characters is to make sure that having knowledge of advanced technology or game mechanics won't give the protagonists an unfair advantage. Gee, doesn't that sound fun? Doesn't it sound fun to watch a bunch of people fail at things and get their friends killed for 4 hours? Oh look, they don't have any reason to do anything other than to survive. If I wanted to watch that, I would have turned on the fucking news. Not to mention that if you wanted incompetent characters, you could have just written incompetent characters. Why does amnesia have to play into this? I haven't even explained what happens in the show. It really is not important. If you're looking for plot, I'm honored to tell you that Grimgar is about kids that kill monsters for money, and then one of their friends die, and then they find a new friend, and they keep on killing for money. And then the show ends. Really, truly, I am not oversimplifying things. That is the plot, the whole plot, and nothing but the plot. See, it's all about the character development, right? Characters with amnesia, who don't care about having amnesia, explain their feelings like they're writing an essay. They get sad that a friend dies, and then they explain their feelings some more. And who said subtlety was dead? You know, when this guy was saying that he appreciates all of his friends and then starts listing the positive traits of each character. I almost didn't catch that. Yes, indeed, he does appreciate his friends. I mean, it took me a couple viewings to really get to understand that this girl isn't afraid of anything. I can't believe this is an actual fucking scene in this actual fucking show. If the characters are just going to say what they're feeling, why even have them express emotions? Why bother making them look sad when they're just going to tell you that they're sad? Why not just make them robots instead of humans? Yes, this activates my tear ducts and recompiles my sadness protocol. Cry, cry. At least that would have been funny. Dialogue should be reserved for things that can't be conveyed through visuals, so that you can actually, you know, admire the visuals. Heaven forbid somebody convincingly looks sad instead of narrating their own emotions. Speaking of visuals, you've probably noticed all of these ass-ugly backgrounds. These things with squiggly lines drawn over watercolor paint. Not only are the colors outside the lines, but the lines are so poorly drawn that I can't really tell what things are supposed to be. Like, sure, this is a stone wall, I guess. But what are these things? Or these things? And sometimes the watercolor paintings are mapped onto a 3D object, which makes it look terrible. And let's not even get to the problems of the characters being drawn in a different style. They don't look good together. The people look like they're floating. Listen, I don't even think it's because the artists aren't talented. The art in the opening and the ending look pretty good, although it's more than likely that the background artists are different people. Amnesia causes almost all of the problems. Someone remembers the word cell phone, but doesn't know what a cell phone is, and then it's never brought up again. Someone carves an airplane out of wood, and nobody talks about that either. There's never a reason to feel bad about the characters, because everyone has only known each other for a few weeks. Anyone that dies is practically a stranger. Also, their lives aren't going anywhere. It's not like they have important jobs or world-saving missions. Near the end of the story, one of the characters makes a heroic sacrifice to save his friends. But it's not a very heroic sacrifice if your life doesn't matter. I mean, it's not that it doesn't matter to society. I mean that everyone acts as if their own lives don't matter. They don't live with purpose or hope. Why should we care? I don't care. He doesn't even die anyways. Wow, so heroic. You killed a boss monster all by yourself. All of your hard work and determination paid off. Not that you did any hard work or had any determination to begin with. Characters really need ambitions and fears to be interesting. Things they want to accomplish, things they want to be, things they have to fight against, no matter the cost. Stories are fun because you get to watch people make their dreams come true, to have their emotions get them into trouble and get them out of trouble. It's their quests that make them relatable. You might not want to be the greatest pirate ever, or the strongest ninja ever, or the best fighter in the multiverse, but you can understand the desire to be the best at something. And it's fun to hear about everyone's journey to be the best, regardless of their success. What do the characters in Grimgar want to be? Alive. And that's it.